Hey guys, welcome to the 101st C# tutorial that I'm making for the new Boston. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to have images for your nodes. So for this tutorial, you're going to need to have a button, a tree view, and an image list. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is select images for our nodes. So we're going to have to put those in our image list right here. So just go ahead and select your image list. Go to the images property and then browse for images. I already have some images picked out right here, but all you have to do is click add and then browse for the images that you want. I have one here for animals, one for the dog node, one for a cat node, and one for a person node or a people node. So once you have your images selected, just go ahead and click OK. Now you can mess around with the image size. I like to keep it a bit bigger, 25 by 25, but you can make it 16 by 16. That's the default. It doesn't really matter what size the image is. So once you have all that set, just go ahead and double click on your button. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is create a new tree node that we're going to be adding to our tree view. So we're just going to do tree node. I'll call it TN for tree node, set it equal to a new tree node. And this is the tree node that we're going to be adding to our tree view. So we're going to have to set the text property of it to something. The first node that we're going to be adding is going to be called person, but it doesn't really matter what you set the text as. And the next thing that we're going to have to do is set the image index. And the image index is basically the index in the image list of the image that you want to use. And our person node, we're going to want to have a picture of a person before it. So we're going to go back here to our image list and see what index the person image is. It's 3, because you can see the 3 right there. So let's just go ahead and click OK. So now we just have to put 3 for the image index. Now that we have all our properties set, we're just going to add this tree node to the tree view. So we're going to just do treeview1.nodes and then use the add method to add our tree node. And if you go right here, yep, we can pass the tree node through. I'm going to pass our tree node that we created through. And the final thing we're going to have to do is link our image list with our tree view. So in order to do that, just select your tree view, go down to image list, and select the image list that you created. Mine's just called image list 1. So now when we debug here and click the button, we should have a node inside of our tree view called person, and there should be an image of a person right before it. Yep, right here. But notice how when we selected it, it changed the image, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to have to do right here is set another property. And I don't know why they didn't just defaultly do this, but you have to manually go through and do this. You're going to have to change the selected image index to the same as your image index, unless you wanted something different. So we're just going to change this selected image index to 3 as well, so that when we select the image, the index doesn't change. Because if you don't set it, it defaultly sets it to 0, and then it just changes if your regular image index isn't 0 as well. So now when we select it, it shouldn't change the image. Nope, it's perfect now. And if we wanted to go through and add another tree node, we could. So if we wanted to create another tree node right here, I'll actually just copy all of this. Create a different tree node called T, I guess. And this one will be called animal. And the image index for animal is 0, so we'll just set this both to 0, and then we'll add that tree node. So now we should have an animal tree node and a person tree node. Yep. And just like before, if we wanted to add, let's say another one under animal called like cat or something, I'll just copy this. Call this TC for tree node cat. Call this cat right here. Now we just have to get the image index of it, which is 2. So we'll now set the image index to 2. And since we want to have this cat tree node underneath the animal tree node, we're just going to have to do nodes 1, because the index of animal is going to be 1. And then we're just going to do .nodes.add, just like we learned in the first tutorial when we were looking at this. So now we'll just add the TC for tree node cat. And now when we debug and click this button, we should have person, animal, and under animal we should have a cat node. Yep, perfect. So that's it for this tutorial. In this tutorial we looked at just So that's it for this tutorial. So see you guys.